Okay, so we just created a second mercenary, Mickey, the Battle Singer. We just got to give him a couple more levels, and we'll be ready to go. So it's a Battle Singer. It's a Scald. It's a Scald. What's he gonna do? We don't know yet. We don't know. What kind of weapon are we gonna give him? Oh, intimidating. Oh, he doesn't. We don't want to use that anyway. It's a combat trick. I don't even know what weapon he has yet. You do two up. Do we want him to do 2-weapon fighting? I guess is the question. Or should we just stick to one? Didn't really think this through here as far as what weapon he's going to use. We got him weapon for finesse. The question is which one. So, light weapon, elven curve blade, S-stock, rapier. Now, he's got the martial weapon skill. So, elven curve blade isn't listed here. Either is S-stock. It's got to be a light weapon, right? Those are amazing for damage. They're good at buffing the rest of the party. Right, so that's why we're not going to go... Oh, actually, you know what? I was thinking about maybe doing spear. Was there any good spears in this game? I can't remember. I think there are some decent ones, but I can't remember what they are. You can still use scimitar, actually. But this isn't a light weapon. Hold on. We'll hold off. What weapon did they actually give him to start with? Gave him a cold iron battle axe. Cold iron battle axe isn't light either. Rapier and buckler, yeah, just like what's her face. She's doing cold iron that and the buckler right now. Let's see. Okay, so keying that. So that'll work. Can use them, so that's all that matters. So Battle Singer. That. Now, as far as combat stuff goes, still do the weapon focus. Arcane Strike, no. Combat reflexes. Dodge. Can you check his spell book? We'll pick one of these real quick, just in case. Rapier. Again, we can always come back to this. We just want to progress. His spell book. What are we looking for? Or do we need to look ahead in time? do fear. I want to see if bucklers don't give him any spell failure. Oh. Oh, I saw. You don't actually want to. Okay. We can't look at that from here, can we? We actually have to go outside. Spell chats. Greatly affected by equipped items. Doesn't say. Still at 0, even though he's got that equipped. Gotta be the regular screen? Isn't this the regular screen? Or are you on delay? Yeah, he's got that stuff equipped, no spell failure, so. Okay. Continuing on. So he's good. So that. Let's go with rapier for now. I mean, he isn't really gonna have that much stuff to play around with. Cure light wounds. Your piercing scream. Maximum 5d6. I hate that. Grease. Hideous laughter. Hideous laughter. Make him fall over. That's an enchantment, though. Let's see if it works. Okay, level 3. So this is his first song, right? Or verse, whatever they want to call it. Fencing Grace. Ah. So, your dashing style and fluid fencing forms allow you to use agility rather than brute force to fell your foes. Choose one kind of light or one-handed piercing weapon, such as a rapier. When wielding your chosen weapon, you can add your dexterity modifier instead of your strength modifier to the weapon's damage. Cool. Gains benefit while fighting with 2 weapons or using flurry or blows. Or any time another hand is otherwise occupied. You can still use a buckler in your offhand. So, there we go. You can use regular shields too? How so? Why so? It says specifically bucklers. Is that a scald thing? Because that specifically says bucklers. Yeah. Okay. I was referring to spellcasting. Oh. Oh, okay. So for the chance to fail. Hypnotism. I hit dice require. I don't like that. So fortitude save halves the penalty. 1d6 plus 1 per 2 caster levels. So at level 3 or 2, that's a plus 2. No, sorry. At level 3 it'll be plus 2. So he's taking a dexterity penalty no matter what on that one. And Battle Song for his verse. So this is a can sing. Sorry, as a standard action, Battle Singer can spend 1 round of Scald performance to damage all enemies in a 15-foot cone, dealing 1d6 points of sonic damage per 2 levels of Scald. If the enemy fails to make the save, they are staggered for 1 round. So, yes. Okay, so, Mickey, all set? Hide armor. I think we have better than that. Hide armor is going to be better than that right now until it gets +5, but still, let's see, so that's hide armor is actually 8. That will be 9, so this is better. Chain shirt, that's max 8. Chainmail, max 8. So actually the breastplate is best for him. Although is that going to affect his spell stuff? It does not. Okay. Again, nice and low levels, so not a big deal. If you're not sure what spells to go for Mickey's a Kitsune, I think they get a bonus to enchantment spells. Oh. What spell did I pick? I did Hideous and Laughter, so that's an enchantment, right? So that works. So I want to focus on the enchantments for him as far as attacking people. Okay, so still haven't gotten out of the inn. Been here for hours. Did we talk to Anevia yet? Are there any suspicious places that I should pay attention to? A couple of spots, stuff, thread out to there, whatever. What are your responsibilities? Sorry. Tell me about yourself. How did you meet Erebeth? Don't really care, actually. Make it look like I'm interested in your life. I'm not. Quite a ragtag group you've got there, from nobles to street thieves. You got that right. Blah, blah. How did you end up at Kenabres? How's it like living with Erebeth? She's a half-orc. What do you expect? She stinks. Gimpy can say that because he's a half-orc. It's not racist when another half-orc says it. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's get out of here. Finally. Go explore the city. Okay, so we want Veronica and Mickey. Do we need Cammy? Cammy's not bad. Do we need Wooljeff? Depends who we want to go talk to. Actually, just Sela for now. We don't actually really need Sela at this point. Okay, where are we going? Now, Market Square. Thief Thing's hideout, so go that way. Since we grabbed Wooljeff. I didn't even look at his stuff. That was quick. It has the one event in the center square in Kenabres. The one event. What event?
None shall escape!
Look, right behind us. We're looking the wrong way. He's a ranger person. $17 non-crit. That's max damage. Cammy, you have that kind of stuff, so reduce AC on you. So that's good for a few rounds. Bob the Wolf. He needs his stuff moved around, it looks like. He's gonna charge. Here's Trip. Bull Rush. We draw. That. That. The cart with curling. Oh, okay, that one. Yep. So Bull Rush is push an opponent straight back without doing any harm. If the combat maneuver is successful, your target is pushed back 5 feet, 35 feet, blah blah blah. An enemy being moved by a Bull Rush does not provoke an attack of opportunity because of the movement unless you possess the greater Bull Rush feat. You cannot Bull Rush a creature into a square that is occupied by a solid object or obstacle. Boom. So, Trip. Have that always turned on for now. Oh, look. Mean Wolf. That's the full attack, isn't it? Is the Trip. There's no chewing on him after that. Mickey. Oh, it automatically? Oh, well now I know. Don't need that. There's his rage. So Mickey's gonna need buttons too. That off, take that off. So there's Rage and Battle Song, first verse. So, get 7 of those. Yeah, go poke him.
I got this.
Good poke. You dug along. Little Jeff.
Cover me, all right?
Dead thing. Okay, so when do I move away?
I'll rip you apart!
Doesn't do any damage because 5 piercing reduced because they have 5 piercing or 5 damage reduction. Just a bad roll. Don't need to force him to trip. Okay, yeah. Hey, Veronica, you are a ranged person too, so step away.
Attack!
Get him, Gimpy.
Die!
There's a little lag there. Cammy, reduces armor class. Failed that too. And then the Wolfie. You don't need to actually have this on. Gotta hit though.
Damn you! Ha!
You get a second. What was the second attack for? Oh, bite. Because, you know, Fox guy.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Silly demons. Okay, let's get out of here. Now I guess should forget to do the battle order or the arrangement. Okay, move on. Why is the screen all white? The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separated from the rest. The tall woman who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife greets you with the narrowed eyes. Brother Woljif, you got your message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Karasme. It was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well, no, I was still in shackles, and I was being watched, and then the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd be waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Irabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Do you think Woljif knows the name of the traitor? She turns to you. He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you so you'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. So you could go best jokes on Mickey to make his hideous laughter spread. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Didn't know that was a thing at all. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been a part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. Kenabres is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? She purses her lips. I'd be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters, but in the family there's nothing worse than betrayal, and it's something we do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find the rat, my superiors, let's just say, I'll wish I was burning in Kenabres. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance until I find out who is the traitor here. No one is leaving. Tell your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Karasme got six of us together in this very basement. Me and those five over there, I mean. He jerks his head toward the 5 tieflings, kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up, and she says we've got a score. Ancestries and ancient trees and wonders. The one place nobody's ever been able to hit. That place is guarded by a golem. And now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're all in. And the most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right, and the locks and the golem. I picked the lock. I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout. Brother Melroon had the scroll. Daffy, Tavi, and Varnier brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered. But I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth. And to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. She is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the Moon of the Abyss, Brother Woljif? What is the Moon of the Abyss? It's an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of ancient trees and wonders. Sterling silver sparkled like a star, fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, a crescent, a waning moon, and in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Feliman was so proud of that amulet, he used to say. I'll never sell it. It is the jewel of my collection. Woljif sighs unhappily. I used to go there and see what kind of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at it in the Kenabres. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to defend it. Everybody knew that you were always hanging around ancient trees and wonders, drooling over the moon of the abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free with the fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you. Why would Erebeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fellow, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in this Selen could have a nice Woljif-sized dinner? The moon of the abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Erebeth's people would protect you, and you knew you could pin the moon going missing on them. And now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. The only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Fileman. And are you giving Erebeth a cut? Is that it? I can read. Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut on anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Iomade all rolled into one. Go on, Woljif. That's the whole story. Sorry story. He crosses his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be. It's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the moon of the abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty.
Aren't your legs getting stiff? You haven't moved in quite a while. Stretch, damn it, you ignorant meatbag.
Yeah. If it's that important to you, sister, I'll find it, and I'll drag the traitor here by his horns, just so you don't end up at the bottom of the Selen. But you know what you're gonna owe me for that. Do you know what you're gonna owe me for that? Question mark. An apology, right here in front of everyone. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, "Sorry, Woljif. You're a good guy, and I was wrong about you." Fine, you're one of my people, which is why I'm giving you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and then that's when we'll get you. Got that? You've got a way with words, sister. A way that almost makes me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal, Erebeth. She knows a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. Fine. We'll find the real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Erebeth. Chief, let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Oh, that reading. Oh, look, stuff. How nice of them to leave us stuff for us.
You follow.
Lockpick. Another first aid kit. Booze. And of course we can't get in there because they've got a guard. So first aid kits. Have these been in here all along? I don't remember seeing first aid kits before. It's the second one we've run into them on. I don't remember seeing them before. Okay, so that's their hideout. Let's see, go to the library next, or Yeah, I guess we'll go to Market Square. We need C. Oh, that's right. We need Sela in the group for that one. I don't remember seeing him before. That's the funny part. I know. That's the thing. I never used them, so that's the part. Is I never used them, and then for some reason I remember it's. I never remember seeing them before. It's never, and it's just sticking in my mind for some reason.
Can we retreat already?
Marauders. What are Marauders doing here? Lullaby days. Oh, those are bad ones. Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Are you still here?
Nice miss, Bob. Ow.
Distract them from me.
Nice miss. Cammy. Just armor class on that one. Here's a nice saving throw. Oops, shit.
They'll beg me to stop.
Nice click. Lullaby. That was a cantrip. I didn't even. I'll look at it next time it comes up.
We shall overcome.
Here we go again.
Daze, Flare, Lullaby. So any creature who fails a will saving throw becomes drowsy and inattentive, taking a -5 penalty on perception checks and -2 penalty on will saves against sleep effects while a lullaby is in effect. So it's still a cantrip. It's not great, but it's there. Resistance. Oh, we got life. Only 2 of them? 2 people. There's 2 of us. We'll take on 6 people. Totally a fair fight. All we have is crossbows, by the way. Light crossbows. Maybe a couple of potions to throw, but totally fair fight. I probably want to pick up Sela for going into the Market Square. Oh, I didn't actually have to go in here. So we want to kick out him. Wind Dog is our range, though. We do need Woldrift. Yes. No. That away. Location. Oh, come on. Apparently we don't have to sneak past anybody. Bugs this time? Called it. Okay, so Cammy back there, Gimpy there, Bob. That's Veronica. Sela actually should be up there. Good enough.
I'm losing my temper.
You can handle them, right?
Gimpy needs to learn how to run faster. Veronica, shoot
Do
away.
not hold back.
They made the icons bigger, didn't they? Is that thing's armor class? Oh, that's right, Bug's army.
Good guys always win.
Strike as one.
Let's roll.
Let's hear you cry.
Didn't even know Gimpy was wounded.
Time to share your treasures.
Hey, Hobo, welcome back.
Cover me, all right?
Our first old people, I think so, but they're bigger. Look at the size of the cursor. That I don't remember it being that big before. Go Bob.
Hello everyone.
Trip failed.
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee.
Unchanged.
He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Yep, thanks for watching. Happy Sunday. I haven't changed the resolution. It's only the little icons there that seem bigger. Like here, the cursor is still the same size, but in combat, it's bigger. Text is still all the same size. It's like everything's a bit bigger apart from the turn bar across the top. Yeah, that actually seems about the same size. The portraits look the same down at the bottom. Maybe did they implement a UI thing? A UI scaling? I don't remember. I didn't read any patch notes. Because remember, new DLC came out on Thursday and they might have snuck some things in there. That's no big deal. Graphics. That's all it's supposed to be. There's no UI changing there or scaling, so well. Smaller field of view makes the character models appear closer to the viewer. Smaller field of view. Oh, no, does it? Field of view. I don't think they've changed anything. Now, this is all pretty much unchanged. This is pretty much where it's been.
Done.
The enormous cracks appeared after a magically induced earthquake struck the land, started by a giant demon lord guy with a big side.
will not falter.
Magritium Turinos.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Oh, demons. Oh, we don't have any. Do a back-to-back with previous stream to see if I'm going mad then. Reduce the armor class on that guy. See, look, that little step, that little circle, that seems bigger. That button. See, this is the. Oh, wait, that's not what I want. But this little, that icon looks bigger than it was. Oh, we have friends. Almost like he was shooting at us. Nice miss, Sela. See, no, it doesn't. It looks like all things remain the same. See, those the icons for these abilities are bigger than they were. I don't remember being that big. Hey, leave Gimpy alone.
I got this.
Oh, this is, okay. Or, sorry, Mickey. Aw. Bob. Bob missed. So it's awesome rolls today by everybody. Just impressive.
Attack!
Impressive all the way around. Okay, so he's reduced armor class for a while. Probably still on there, wasn't it?
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
See, the cursor icon, that thing was not that big before. It doesn't change size when you zoom in or out.
Into the fray.
Run them through!
Good rolls, Gimpy. 2 twos in a row.
Damn you!
Bob.
We shall overcome.
Okay, reduce his armor class. Use saving throw, something good for a round.
Distract them for me.
Ta-da, no problem. So thank you, guard, for the stuff. The demons didn't have squat.
All this waiting bores me.
We got 35 light potions.
Cut them to pieces!
Do not hold back.
Get him, Bob. Dum. Oh shit. How did Bob get so low on health?
Out of my way!
This is armor class. Closer.
Are you still here?
Keep you alone. 3 attacks? What's wrong?
Time to share your treasures.
Strike as one.
Get him, Bob. Good job, Bob. Okay, so Bob needs a heal. I didn't realize Bob was so beat up. Gimpy's axe is too small. It really should be bigger. Too small. Okay, so where are we? What are we doing? We got stuff in front of us. Edge of the world. A rookie marauder.
Defeat is not an option.
Oh, there's a fireball when you need one. Reduces armor class. We have a saving throw, so lowered armor class for a few turns.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Go Sela. Okay, Gimpy, hack them to pieces. Gimpy's enjoying rolling the 2s today.
Cover me, all right?
He's dead because of Half-Orc.
Good guys always win.
A dead. How?
Attack!
Get him, Bob. Or not. So Rookie Marauder, Archer. So let's reduce your chance to hit stuff. So work for a few rounds. Sela.
The light, take you.
Let's hear you cry!
Ah, you did hit. Nice little lag going on.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
You do a song. Yep. They made their save. No. That one failed, so that means he's stunned, I think.
We shall overcome.
Bob. Bob's a monster so far. Okay, increase your armor class. Failed, so you're dead.
No glory without risk.
Run them through!
Intimidate check succeeded, so rolled a 2, but still intimidated him, right? Is the fort safe to take half damage? For Mickey, oh, that's not a spell, it's a ability. If the enemy fails its saving throw, it is also staggered for 1 round. So its fortitude saves for half damage. So in order to be staggered, they actually have to fail. So it's only for half damage. Hey, Gnome, welcome back. Normal with adjustments is the difficulty. Yeah, so it has to fail in order to get staggered. Otherwise, it's just half damage for a save.
Distract them for me.
Silly bandits or marauders. Not affected by spell resistances. Is that what it said? I didn't even notice. Wow, we're medium encumbered already. It's picking up all the stuff. New possessions looted from the surrounding houses.
Here comes trouble.
That was quick. Cultists? Cultists. You leave all the ground and pick it up when leaving. Oh, I don't take particular care. It's not that big of a deal. Let's reduce that one's armor class, since he's closest to us. And he failed. Wow, you guards suck. Or Crusaders.
Do not hold back.
Bar for charge. Why do you think the Crusade has been gone for so long? Because they suck at their jobs. We know that. Let's not kid ourselves. We know they suck. I don't know if it's a question of being smart. They're just bad at their jobs. Get him, Bob. Good job, Bob. Come on, Barbarian. You want some of this? Good roll. Cleric. Bob made a save. Boo. Made a saving throw. Use armor class on Barbarian. Of course, he made a save. Yeah, we knew you were going to die. Color spray do, I forget. Creatures blinded, stunned, and knocked prone. So what hit dice are these guys? Oh, they're only one. Oh, that.
Strike as one.
Out of my way!
Gimpy likes hitting stuff. Charge the cleric. Kill the cleric. That was the last time Seela got a crit at this low level. And Bob. So just this one is laying down on the ground.
I got this.
Pokey pokey.
I'll cut you wide open.
Time to share your treasures!
Okay, barrel. Stuff. A heavy crossbow. I'm gonna do the heavy crossbow to Cammy for now, because she's got a light. Heavies are better. Go. Wow, medium encumbrance already for her. Oh, because of the breastplate we gave her. Can we give her something lighter? That's better. Gimpy's good. She's good. She's heavy. She got 8 strength. Doesn't matter. This is a weight issue. Oh, she's not going to be using this stuff. Still medium. Wow.
Hey Gimpy, have you hydrated lately? If not, you really should.
It's armor class right now 15. That's going to drop at 13, but she's light now, so that works. There are alternate rules in tabletop where if a single blow deals greater than half hit points, it immediately dies. She's just using a crossbow, the heavy weight really doesn't matter. Doesn't it though? Isn't there another penalty to it? That's medium. So the actual penalty is armor check, max dexterity bonuses, hurt, mobility, athletics, speed. Okay, so that's why he's moving so slow too. So he really doesn't want to wear that breastplate. There we go. It's no penalty. See, they don't care. It's light. Like I guess the scrolling doesn't even know how to actually use it. I think we're going to save the scrolls for Nenio's a wizard, right? Once we find her, I think we'll give that to... I think we're going to actually put Nenio instead of Ember into the party, because we never actually haven't done a run with Nenio either. It's better armor on her. It really doesn't matter if she's on medium weight or she's on range duty. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just don't like being encumbered for anybody, to be honest. Oh, Kaylessa, how you doing? I heard about you. The elf hunched up to you. The elf hunched up next to you is clutching a small but deep puncture wound. Her appearance is quite remarkable. Her skin is blacker than any Garundi's. Her teeth are fanged, and her hair is as gray as a crow's. Her crimson eyes glare at you with a gleam of malice. What are you looking at, soldier? Like what you see? Take a closer look at her strange appearance. It appears that this woman is a drow. Her race is also known as Dark or Cavern Elves. They're rarely seen on the surface, so it is surprising to encounter her here. Who are you? Hey, Bada, welcome back. Name is like Jubilant. She's so likable and fits any party. Uh-huh. Giving you a scrutinizing look, she says harshly, "There's no point in you knowing, soldier. Trust me, the answer would only bring you misfortune, and it still wouldn't be of any use to you. I'm a wanderer you won't ever meet again." Who wounded you? Haven't you noticed? The city is burning. There's a battle going on. I was wounded by a cultist. You're a drow, aren't you? She flinches, looking at you with undisguised sorrow. You have a keen eye for these things, don't you? Soldier, you guessed correctly. I am a drow, but don't think that gives you the right to judge me. There's much you don't know about me and never will know. Believe me, it's for your own good. I couldn't have come here with good intentions. I know who you are, Gilessa, a cultist of Disgari. That's a lie. Her crimson eyes flash, and she says firmly, I loathe demons and I kill any I come across. Take a closer look. Succeeded. She's clearly holding something back, but she doesn't appear to be lying either. Whatever it is she's hiding, her claim is that she hates demons sounds quite convincing. You're not lying, but you're not telling me the whole truth. What, was I supposed to pour my heart out? She looks at you defiantly. You have your war, soldier. I have mine. You're fighting chaos and madness, and I'm fighting lies and hypocrisy. But we are both willing to die for our cause, aren't we? Why would Thorn slander you? Her grim expression hardens further, bleak and unflinching as the words as a tombstone. You're asking questions that are dangerous in and of themselves. I urge you to stop. The more you know about me, the higher the chances that a traitor's dagger will find its way into your back. I believe you. Thorn is at Defender's heart. You should keep clear of the place. It was never my intention to set foot in there. Farewell, soldier, and thank you for believing me. I kind of like that storyline, so. Da-da-da.
Pay attention!
Pay attention to the stuff on the wall. Ooh, jewels. Who's the dumbass who put jewels in the side of a wall? Well, thank you.
You are welcome. Now, please stop talking to me. It is kind of creepy.
It's very creepy. We've gone over that. And we've been basically over here, right? Yes, that's where we're going to go up there.
Move out!
This way? Yes, this way. Okay. That's right, the athletics cross. We built that so quickly.
They will break against our resolve.
Who is they? Who is they? Bugs. Smart bugs.
The spirits demand your blood.
Get him, Bob. Dead bugs. Another bug. Came out of nowhere. No charge for Gimpy. Smart bugs. Very smart
Cover me,
bugs.
all right?
Damn you!
Dead bugs. Look, people. Oh, Halrun, our favorite person. Mongo's face is screwed up tightly, his bloodied fangs broken. Ramian, my beloved brother. Oh, I admire your zeal, of course, but would you not agree that this is hardly the time to be standing guard over a hole that no one will ever emerge from? Or perhaps we're concerned that someone will decide to go from a nighttime stroll and will accidentally fall into it? Such foresight is laudable, but do you really need so many soldiers for such a task? Can't your warriors be put to better use, for instance, fighting demons or clearing rubble while the people trapped beneath it might still be alive? The face of this golden-curled Aasimar is beautiful even by the standards of his kind, in whose veins runs the blood of angels. His melodious voice sounds cheerful, but bitter reproach simmers in his gaze. Don't you dare call me brother, heretic. The sign of recent hard fighting are obvious in the stern old man. His armor is dented and covered in blood, and his unnatural pallor suggests something more dangerous than wounds inflicted by claws and fangs. Nevertheless, his gaze is stony and his voice accustomed to barking orders is harsh and clipped. How dare you accuse me of doing nothing to protect this city, especially now when followers of your temple were caught committing treason? To my mind, you are no different than the demon worshippers, those miscreants, those beasts that are digging under the city walls. Ramian, everyone knows, my dearest prelate, that in your zealous pursuit of order in the city, you have long since forgotten how to tell friend from foe and good from evil. That's what happened with my adepts, whose act of treason was a genuine attempt to save the city, and yet again I am forced to repeat myself. While we are wasting time on pointless quarrels, people are dying under the rubble in our city. People whom we could have saved if you had only set your soldiers to the task and not kept them here, surrounding a useless and utterly harmless hole in the ground. Harmless? Well, if it's on your say-so, then that must mean there is someone down there. Your associates, no doubt. And they're just waiting for us to abandon our post before they slink out and try again too. The old man notices your approach. And you, I remember you. You appeared in my city the day that demons attacked and Tarantula died. What are you doing here? Answer at once, or I'll have you strung up by your ankles before you know it. Don't think that the demons have wounded me. I still have enough strength to take on 100 of your sort. I'm a crusader. I'm fighting to liberate Kenabres from the demons. A crusader, you say? Huh. I'll be looking into that. You obviously don't know to whom you are speaking. I'm the one who decides who's a crusader and who's a traitor in this city. Holrun Shapak, prelate of Kenabres by the grace of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, and the city's defender against threats from within and without. And Ramian. And as we can see, you've done a sterling job protecting the city. The golden-curled Aasimar flashes a flinty smile. I am Ramian of Edmeg, prior to the Temple of Desna, which, alas, currently lies in ruins. Wise Halrun here believes it is vital to guard this hole in the ground, from which he is certain demons will emerge at any moment. I've been trying to convince him that the city has far more urgent matters to deal with, for instance, rescuing those dying under the rubble. Halrun, you know what? There may, in fact, be one matter that is more important than guarding this hole. I put it off, and look where it's led us. I should have had you hung from the gates back when you dared to defend your gang of delinquent demon collaborators. If the Sarkorians had hanged Erilu Vorlesh while they had the chance, there never would have even been a war. I won't repeat their mistake. I won't hesitate any longer. Soldiers, seize this scum. Sela. Prelate. See reason. These are frightening times, but threatening to hang someone without trial. That is unworthy of a servant of Iomade. The old man fixes his eyes on Sela. Lest you forget, girl. We may serve the same goddess, but you are not an inquisitor. Don't question the way I choose to serve Iomade, and I won't question yours. Oh, no demon path, huh? What precisely are you accusing Ramian of, Inquisitor? Treason. Not long before the city was attacked, several followers from his temple tried to secretly access the Wardstone and perform an unknown ritual over it. Ulrun was trembling with fury. The Wardstone of Kenabres, the gift from Iomade, the bringer of light, wrought by the hands of her herald, the first in this chain, and followers of that crazy runt of a goddess tried to meddle with it using their magic after hearing a voice in their dreams. My soldiers almost had them caught when Ramian got in the way, allowing the traitors to go to ground. I made a mistake. I didn't have him locked in a cell and interrogated to within an inch of his life. He's interrogated. And now the city lies in ruins. It's time to rectify that mistake. Ramian. I've told you before and I'll tell you again. My people foresaw the attack on the city. They knew the Wardstone already carried the seed of corruption within itself, and they were simply trying to heal it. I've heard similar claims before. Now where was it? Ah yes, from Staunton Vane, the traitor who brought down Dresden. The lessons of the past have taught us a great deal, and that is why I've never believed you or your mob's lies ever, even for a second, and I was right. Don't lay a finger on him, or you'll have to answer to me. Asmar holds up his hands in a placating gesture. Stop. You are the defenders of what remains of Kenabres. Can't you think of anything better to do than to be at each other's throats in the ruins of the city? Ramian looks at the prelate. You're a fool, Halrun. You're a zealot and a murderer, but you're a fool first and foremost. I told you that the Wardstone was weakened. You wouldn't listen. I warned you that the city was going to be attacked. You shooed me away. The truth is that my young adepts were trying to save the Wardstone, and you stopped them. Of course, those truly responsible for this tragedy are the demons, but you have done nothing to prevent it, and now you would still rather kill an innocent person and perish yourself than admit that you were wrong. As always. With a wave of his hand, the Aasimar vanishes. Beast, heretic, traitor. He slipped away again. The prelate stamps his foot in outrage and turns his eyes on you. What about you? Whose side are you on? If you want me to believe that you're an occultist, go and recapture that traitor for me. Or perhaps you want to defend him. In that case, my soldiers don't need to be told twice. I see you suffered greatly in battle. Why are you obsessed with finding enemies everywhere you look? Why? Why? You must not be from these parts, or you wouldn't have asked such a question. I look for enemies everywhere because our enemies are everywhere. Who are we at war with? Demons. Demons and cultists. They are masters of deception. They worm their way into your favor and masquerade in all manner of false guises. Do you think Dresden was taken by force? No, by trickery. Were it not for me, Kenabres would have gone the same way long ago. Captured, out from under our noses. Now listen to what I'm about to tell you. This was a long time ago. I was very young, blah blah stuff. Everyone was welcome in our city and King Mendev. Don't really care about your backstory. Too much reading. It's way too much reading. So, you see, Descaria himself had to crawl out of the abyss and come here. The goddess cursed him in order to break through our defenses. And what did he do? He left again, and we're still fighting. Now that is what vigilance and discipline can do. Hey, Mystic, welcome through. Evil accountants? Wow. I really warned you of the attack. The crazed Dresdens are always worse than... Desnants. Plenty of demons could easily stuff. So much reading. There's nothing dangerous in this hole. You have no reason to guard it. I won't hear another word. Demons are hiding underground. The proof is all around you. The demon spawn that tried to crawl out can't harm anyone now. Wait, you're trying to lure me away from here, aren't you? With narrowed eyes, Halrun scans you from head to toe. Perhaps you are a cultist too. Want to help your friends underground, do you? Well, you won't fool me. I won't take a single step away from here, and if you keep talking nonsense, I'll have you strung up for treason. We're going to find Ramian. How should I know? Dweezil's has gone far. He turned invisible. He can't have gone far. He turned invisible. He's probably hunkered down in some hole. Blah, blah stuff. With the prelate after you, that seems the only sensible thing to do. I wish it's what I'd do. I have to go. Go then. If you have to, it would be good if you could return with the head of that scum. Such a bad attitude. Mongrel's body is sliced. Stuff. So basically just beating up mongrels as they came up out from underground. If you have the wrong god, how will simply instantly attack you here? What would be the wrong god? Lamashtu? Because that's... What would be the wrong god? The demon invasion transformed all of Kenabres into one great battlefield, but nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans, the demon lord Daskari leading his hordes from the abyss and the dragon Terendlev. I don't think that was a clash of titans so much as an execution, but that's okay. The mightiest of the city's defenders, and one of the first to fall. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins. From the chimneys torn down by powerful wings and a sharp dive, to the bloody track left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. Gyrona? Really? The angry hag. Why would you go after that one? That's a weird choice, I guess. I don't know. But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins. It's Gimpy, and he is not alone. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over this place, like a gaze untethered from any observer. This mysterious
Aren't your
force...
legs getting stiff? You haven't moved in quite a while.
Yeah. This mysterious
Stretch,
force...
damn it.
I am
you
stretching.
Ignorant meatbag.
This mysterious force, unknown to mortal kind, silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Gimpy is vested with this power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before him in a unified whole. An unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful were it not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks, marring its splendor. Oh, that's messed up now. What does he see? In the past, the one who wielded this gaze and life, although the one and life are in opposite terms for eons, the supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance rather than who or what. A better word of these entities is how. As Aeon appeared from outside this world from the great beyond to put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the world room, the chasm disrupting the order of the multiverse. Alas, the visitor from beyond proved too weak for the battle they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Daskari back to the abyss. With one swing of his side, the demon lord cut the Aeon down. It's the goddess that unfortunates in cities like Kenabres worship, the poor and uncared for, and as a result, she's an angry hag. Well, that would explain it. What presents does he see? Ruins, blood, corpses, none of this perturbs in the Aeon's dispassionate gaze. The living are alive, the dead will be judged by Pharasma. All as it should be, but the demons circle the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world of mortals is for mortals. Demons' place is in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything in it knew its place. But even the demons aren't as abhorrent as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but the Aeon's eyes, its mere existence is an outrage against universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was unmade. But the Aeon is gone, and only their gaze remains. Gimpy picks the crystal up out of the dirt and stows it in his pocket. He is mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. Purple stone knife. What future does he see? Good and evil, chaos and order. Everything is in its lawful place in the multiverse and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the river of souls from life into death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and the eons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again, until it is. After allowing the hero to view the world through their eyes, the little that remained of the destroyed eon is killed, even is appropriate here for an entity that is so removed from life and death as we understand them. Used up its last vestiges of energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness, unless someone decides to preserve the eon within themselves. Will the hero take on the power, so that he may again look at the world through another's eyes, or will he allow it to vanish? This doesn't matter, right? I don't think this really matters for us. The spirit of the eon dwells out of sight deep in Gimpy's soul, like a pair of magical spectacles stowed away until the moment when the hero once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. Go us. Dun, dun. So doing those mythic paths at this stage means absolutely unlock. You're generally unlocking them first. Like, yeah, I know. Yeah. It's just opening up the pathway. I got the knife. Whatever that's good for. It's not actually something you hold, is it? Doesn't look like it. Not actually in our inventory. Oh, it's equipped. Oh, there it is. Purple stone knife. Okay.
Head on!
Hi, demons.
Everyone is mortal in this world.
Yes, they are.
Especially when I'm...
Incoming message.
Long John Bitcoin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Okay, Cammy, use the armor class on that thing, would you please? Of course not. Bob. No charge for Bob. Because all the stuff on the ground, right? Were your clothes also all gray when you started this run? Trocius, looking stream. Were they all gray? Ooh, Gimpy's? Gimpy's clothes have been gray since the very beginning because of the colors we picked. So, we got that. I don't know if that's the question you're asking, though.
Die!
Into the fray.
Stab you or
Beat up
zap
on
you.
that guy.
Why not both?
Uh-oh, cleric. Mickey. Battle song. Nope. Close enough. Saving throw was failed, so that means he's stunned? Or whatever. Maybe it is saved, though. Mystic. Just one piece of advice. This map, the Kenabres market, is full of grim with kings. Oh, Mystic, this isn't my first round. This is my third round. Thank you for the tips, but This isn't my first run. So. It may seem like this is my first run, but it's not.
We shall overcome.
Oh, that's right. We don't want to shoot them. We want to shoot other people with that crossbow. Ow. Gimpy. No charge. That's right. Can't charge through there.
Let's hear you cry!
Multiple clerics. I'm trying to fear Bob. Use the armor class on that guy for now. Need a saving throw. You needed to roll a 13. You rolled a 18. Bastard. Okay, Bob, get him.
The light take you!
Why is she unsheathing her sword and resheathing it after she swings? I don't remember them doing that before.
Distract them from me.
The Dretch didn't make it.
Are you still here?
Nice rolls, Mickey. Yeah, why are they pulling their weapons out and then putting them back in again? They don't remember doing that before. Yeah, they're all doing it. That's the funny part. Like, look, she looks like she's holding a crossbow, but she's not.
Do not hold
Then she
back.
pulls it out and she shoots. They didn't used to do that. They changed something there. For whatever reason. Because they're not doing it, but we are.
Run them through!
See, look, takes it out, swing, swing, puts it away. So bizarre. Cammy, use this guy's armor class. Of course, he made his saving throw. Bob. Trip to cleric.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
Wow, look at Sela go.
Time to share your treasures.
Get him, Mickey.
Good guys always win.
Strike as one.
Let's see, take that and that. Oh. Athlete 1. Oh, Gimpy can't wear heavy armor. Technically an upgrade for her. By 1 point. Old Jeff drinking all our potions. Some of our potions, where are they? There? Good enough. It's hard to believe that this place recently had a bustling and festive market. It's hard to believe we were in a drinking contest here not too long ago. Better off without heavy armor and Gimpy anyway. Heck, you're better off with light armor once you get to the mouth. Because armor is opposed to the penalty, mobility, and athletics. That's true. blood. Judging by the size of the blood stain, the body of something truly enormous was dragged over these stones, trying to live most likely. Count Erende's servant. Thank the gods, I found someone who isn't fleeing in a panic. Are you crusaders, mercenaries? Comely, half-elf is so frightened he can barely get the words out. I am a servant of Count Darren Kale Nevius Erende. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. Master himself and all his guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. I managed to escape through a servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion is only a stone's throw away on the next street over. You reach your gaze with pleading eyes. Count Erende. I have seen him a few times before. From afar, he looked highly audacious. I confess that he did capture my attention, but that's neither here nor there. We should help him. The gratitude of a rich and influential man can only benefit us. You have heard about the Erende family before. Their wealthy and noble Mendevian dynasty was almost wiped out by demons more than 10 years ago. Last surviving member of the family, the young Count Darren, was an has an infamous reputation. He is well known for being a rake and a rogue. Tell me what do I get if I get to this count of yours? Demanding a reward for fighting demons? That is dishonorable and foolish too, since demons are the enemy each and every one of us. Today we selflessly help someone to thrash demons, and tomorrow someone else will help us. Don't talk about that. I'm sure the Count will reward you handsomely for any rescue. Fine, we'll help. It's not far from at all. You're better off entering from the next street over, through the passage I got out of, that I used to get out. Help, I'm begging you. I hate to think what the Count will do to me if I don't bring back help. Well, he'll be dead, so it won't matter, will it? If he dies, does it matter? Just pointing out a little flaw in your thinking there.
I lead, you follow.
You want to go upstairs. Or what's back here, too?
Save the last one for me.
Ah, swarms.
Attack! You are today's sacrifice!
How many rat swarms are here? I forget. Enough. He's got burning hands, but they're not in range yet. Give him a second.
Into the fray!
Bob likes rats. Can't trip him, though.
I got this.
Out of my way!
Good roll, Gimpy.
We shall overcome! Go for their hearts!
Great rolls. Killed one. Barely hurt the other two.
The light! Take you!
So is it my imagination or the brats not doing any damage?
Damn you!
Die!
Dice rolls are horrible today.
Do not hold back!
I mean, not a lot of ones, but man, a lot of under fives.
I'll cut you wide open!
Cover me, all right?
They will if they get another turn on top of it. Oh, okay.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
The inheritor, guide my blade!
Of course I got it done. Does Mickey's verse do damage to allies? No, it does not. I could have used it. I could have used it. These people were not killed by demons. Their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons. Wonder who did that. A little friendly inquisitor, right? Douchebag. Okay, so stairs. Yeah, the Scald's song doesn't, or his little verses don't do damage to friendlies, which is a big deal. Cough, cough. Oh, these guys. We're just friends. Watch it, watch it. What are you doing? You'll bloody crush me. The young tiefling lies trapped in a collapsed section of tunnel. Another two tieflings scramble around, trying in vain to free him from the rubble. Quit whining. Hey, alarm, someone's coming. Maybe he will help us. Wise up, would you? Before you get us killed. Let's make a run for it while we still can. No, come on, don't leave me. I'll die here. Hey guys, I see you're in a bit of a jam. Get a load of this lot, and no escort neither. Woljif, you little shit. How are you not dead yet, and who's that with you? They're friends of mine, great guys. Woljif turns to you, and out of the corner of his mouth says, listen, do me a solid. Help me drag this sorry carcass free. They'll repay you, cross my heart. Help you pull them out from under the rubble. Will you pay for my help? We ain't got nothing. Poor as a church mice we are. Left your money at home, did you? Well, I've got my money pouch in my pocket. It's all yours if you get me out. All right, I'll help. Why go the good right when evil's available? You easily clear the rubble and free the trapped tiefling.
It is time to take a break.
Well, that was a quick 2 hours.
Go check on the dogs.
After this. Ooh, I'm alive, and all in
Your
one
next
piece.
break is in 2 hours.
Give or take. Thank you. I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. The free tiefling turns to his companions. And you two clowns, I don't want to hear a word out of you. Get into the tunnel now. One trip, just to the great garrison and back. Don't be a coward. It's not going to collapse. Go, or else we came all this way for nothing. That ended well, didn't it? Wish, not now. Talk later. The tiefling eyes you and elbows his chatty companion in the ribs, causing him to double over in pain. Sounds very suspicious to me. Come clean. Who are you? All right. Don't hurt us. People call us the tieflings. We kind of skirt around the edges of the law. That's how we make our living. Say some tyrant bans books that show stuff he don't like, or fancy Kionan wine he don't drink. And is it wrong if we step in to fill the gap in the market? If there's a demand for it, someone's got to sell it. Yes, they're thieflings. Welcome back to Spiridor. Don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our only concern is making the lives of citizens easier for a little coin. People in the city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on top of our friend, for an instance. It leads straight to the great garrison. Thanks to it, any soldier whose throat's feeling a little dry or who's needing some nighttime reading material, we can get all the things for him and that his heartless superiors refuse to. We're providing a public service. I helped you. Now you can help me and Commander Tierblade to save Kenabres. The militia needs people with varying skills, even ones as unusual as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? The tiefling points at his horns and his tail. Know what people call us? Hairy loose spawn. And that's one of the nicer nicknames. Crusaders and tieflings. Tiefling. It is tieflings. Don't mix. We'll be torched on sight. Whoa, Tierblade. Erebeth Tierblade from the Eagle Watch. Lads, we had to help her. We have to help her. She's the one of the only big shots in this town that actually treat us with any decency. Why should we risk our necks for the Crusaders? Because Erebeth risked her neck up for ours. She saved me from that creep Hull run, yanked me straight out of his torture chamber. Only a worthless tow rag would refuse to help her out after that. Nah. I'm not listening to any more of this. The tiefling tiefling makes a show of covering his ears. You do what you want. I'm heading for the River Kingdoms. Go on, then. I'm going with the Crusaders, and I'm going to round up the others to help. The tiefling smirks. We've made some good money in the city. It's a shame to surrender our mule ticket to the demons, but enough yammering so long. Dum, dum, dum. Yes? No?
Onwards!
It's always just a way to make a little bit of money, right? Anyway, gotta take a quick break, get some water, stretch my legs, that kind of thing. Check my dogs. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. We got about another, 4 hours to go. So, thanks for watching. Enjoy the dog video.